Coronation. Where have you been the last 20 years? I give you King James. LeBron and the Lakers return home after taking home court advantage from the champs. He's ready for Game 3.
3, 2, 1. The Lakers are the world champion. Pass under to Wilt. He puts it up and slams.
Jerry West made it from the other side of the midcourt stripe.
Boy, was that a sensational pass by Magic.
On a hook shot at 12. Good!
Worthy guys on his belly. Magic scores.
Magic right side to Worthy. Slams up. Terrain swing left. Right hand 12-footer. Good!
Slam dunk to put the champagne away.
3 straight NBA championships.
The Lakers repeat back-to-back titles. The Lakers are the world champion.
Laker Nation want their respect, and I want my damn respect too.
Russell. Bad pass, but it finds its way to James, who has to hoist it up.
And he banks it in. Wow.
LeBron James with the shot clock expiring had to throw it up at the rim.
Game 3 tips off at 5:30 at Crypto.com Arena over on ABC. The Lakers beat Golden State in both home games during the regular season, and when the series is tied, they've won Game 3 an NBA record 9 straight times. Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Chris McGee, James Worthy, Mike Bresnan. Allie is down at the arena. We will talk to her shortly. Mike Trudell with the latest coming up soon. Series tied 1-1. With the games being every other day, big game, no time to dwell on what happened in Game 2. Moving on to the next one.
Yeah, no time to dwell. Get your rest. You know, your household's got to be nice and quiet. Get all the rest and sleep you can, and then time to go to work. Every other day, that's not quite like back-to-back, but close.
Yeah.
With the energy and the minutes these guys are putting in and the significance of the game, mentally and physically, it takes toll.
Yeah, both teams paying the price because the Warriors went 7 games in that first round, so it is every other day. But, James, I did see Chris McGee had time to get the ice blue suit on.
Ice blue. Well, it's a big, when you're wearing the ice blue, that's
a big day.
Special game.
I like
Special
it.
game. Thanks
Look
for
at that, friend.
Thanks for the one shot there, Brian Burton, our director. All right, Lakers had not given up 40 points in a quarter in these playoffs, guys. If we get things rolling here, the Warriors outscored them 84-47 in the second and third quarters combined in Game 2. They did it back-to-back quarters, 41 in the second, 43 in the third. Most of their damage coming behind the three-point line, a plus 30 as they shot 64% from three in the middle quarters. 25 assists is pretty good for a full game. The Warriors had that many in those 24 minutes. Even after that, the Lakers' confidence wasn't shaken.
That doesn't change. We're still the best defensive team in the league, if not one of them. So that doesn't change, and that's what we hang our hats on. But like I said, you give credit where credit is due. Clay was spectacular tonight. Draymond was great in the pocket pass with the rolls and things of that nature. Jermichael gave him big time minutes. Those 12 minutes felt like 24 minutes, 30 minutes. He was big time for their team in the starting role tonight too. So you give credit, like I said, where credit is due, and we move on to the next game. But our defense is that's where we hang our hat, and that doesn't stop no matter who we're playing against.
We'll have plenty of time to get into the Warriors' offense. Let's talk Lakers' offense. They can't trade threes with Golden State. They have to dominate in the paint and at the free throw line. It worked in Game 1. It was a different story in Game 2. Big game.
It was. The 42 threes shot by Golden State, knocking down 21 of them, not able to, rotate and get to the shooters was different. And then they didn't take advantage of what they had in the first game. They didn't demonstrate what they could do in the paint. You cannot match them shooting threes. I don't care if you're hitting some, then you still can't match them. The way they play, the way they move, they don't have really a post-up player, so they always have players on the floor who can knock down threes, whether it's Wiggins, whether it's Clay, whether it's Steph. So they've really got to decide on how to defeat, Golden State strategy while empowering theirs and just, making sure that they get to the line, get the ball inside, get them in foul trouble, all the things you need to do to kind of slow them down. Can't turn the ball over either. You can't take long shots and miss and get them out running. So you have to kind of strategize against this team. You can't let them get out quickly. You got to keep them stabilized as much as possible.
James, Geet, the Lakers have led all playoff teams in points in the paint. They're getting close to 60 a game on average. Did not happen the other night, obviously. And AD, get this, he had 2 shots inside the restricted area. So I feel like he really needs to step up, Geet, and really be that guy. And we've talked about this before, especially this season. It's a chicken and egg type of thing. Does he need to demand the ball more often in the post, or do Laker guards need to look for him more often? You know, whatever happened the other night, for AD to not get enough shots down low where he excels, to me that was a big issue. That's one of the reasons why they were so far behind through 3 quarters.
Led me right to it. This was a theme in the first round against Memphis and hasn't gone away. AD has been all-world defensively, but offensively, like Brett said, he's been great in odd-numbered games this postseason. Yeah. Over 18 points, nearly 18 rebounds per game. A far cry from that in the even-numbered games, just 13 points per game with 10 rebounds. And the glaring difference is points in the paint. 18 per in the odd games, just 8 in the even-numbered games. How do they get him going tonight, James, no matter who and how the Warriors defend him?
Yeah, I kind of noticed that. You know, he did miss some little floaters inside, some little 7-footers, but I've noticed that when they look for him, when they maybe call his play, when they, ask for him to set a pick and they know he's going to dive, like you said, you have to look for him, call his play, come here, AD. He's not one that's, going to go fight for a low post position and, muscle around like old school. He likes to set the pick up top, but I think his teammates have to look for him, who's ever handled the ball, whether it's D'Angelo, LeBron, and try to recognize. I don't know if that's what point guards still do. Obviously, the savvy veteran ones, CP3, they know how to do it. But I think if you're a point guard and you know that your big needs a shot, you got to call his play. You got to get him involved.
Yeah, and I feel Brez like he knows the recipe, right? When he attacks aggressively, like Big Game said, and when he dictates how that game is played, not Draymond dictating it, he has a lot of success.
It's like a half second, from the time he gets the ball. Is he going to, kind of wait and react and see what the defense is giving him, or is he just going to go? To me, it's that easy. When he gets that ball and attacks the rim right away, for whatever reason, it seems like he's on that night. Yeah. And I guess the good news is, Game 3, last time I checked, 3 is an odd number.
Let's go.
So that's helpful for sure.
He threw us off Game 6 because he was so good against Memphis.
That's right.
That's right. But yeah, you're right.
They could use it tonight, though, no doubt.
All right, the Lakers are perfect in the postseason at home, 3-0 against the Grizzlies. If you want to add the playing game, that's 4 straight. A couple more over the next couple days would be real nice. Let's get you downtown. Mike Trudell, Laker reporter, is there. What's up, Mike? Q-Dog back.
What's happening, guys? Welcome in. And look, so a lot of offensive issues that the Lakers had in Game 2, such as just not settling. And that's what they want to do a little bit better, right? They did settle in Game 2, just took a lot of the jump shots that Golden State gave them. Now, as for the defensive end, though, that's where I wanted to start with Darvin Ham, because that might have been the greater concern. Just didn't quite look like the Laker defense that we've seen since the trade deadline. So I wondered if Darvin Ham had some indicators early on in the game where he knew that his team was locked in and what he's going to be looking for tonight to start Game 3.
Transition. Everything starts with transition defense. So our ability to get back, give multiple efforts, cover our assignments, that's usually the first sign of, we have a focus and an edge and a competitiveness for that side of the ball.
And then just with Golden State, they want to shoot a lot of threes. Darvin, 21 makes in the first games. What type of looks are you kind of not willing to concede that they got, and what are the adjustments you can try to do, even though that's what they're
obviously being better in transition, being better on the ball. We have some things with some adjustments that we'll roll out during the game tonight. But again, being great in transition defense, being great on the ball, off the ball, communicating, giving multiple efforts, and rebounding. Like they do a great job on offensive glass, and as soon as you drop your shoulders, disappointed in giving up that extra possession, they got a 3-ball going up right behind the offensive rebound. So again, we have to gain rebound, defend through the clock, and finish off defensive possessions and hold them to 1 possession.
Darvin, in a Game 3 where you got the tie 1-1, does the pressure shift to you guys so you kind of try to keep home court, or does it shift to Golden State so that they can try to recapture it?
I mean, obviously, it's a task that needs to be handled properly. Pressure, I don't know, it's basketball, and we have a bunch of confident human beings all through this organization, starting at the top with Jeannie, Rob, myself, the players. We coming out and just going to put our best foot forward, see if we can play a hell of a basketball game.
Darvin, what have you thought about D'Angelo Russell's just acclimation with you guys since he arrived here?
It's been great. I mean, it's been ongoing. He's a big-time communicator, and so, you know, with limited practice time since the deadline, a lot of it has come on the fly. But he's just a really good, natural basketball player. Like, you put him in a situation, he's going to figure it out. He has sky's the limit on his IQ, and he's out there with other high IQ ball players. So the guys who've already been here and the new guys that came along with him, you know, just, again, between the coaches and players, player to coach, the communication has been at a really high level. Just us trying to get them caught up to speed, and I think he's done an amazing job, you know, embracing and internalizing a lot of the things we threw at him on both sides of the ball.
All right, guys, there's Darvin Ham. So Steve Kerr went